I'm telling you right now, CU, they got everything in their hands. Their destiny is completely in their hands, and they're handling it as best they can. We're going to talk about this game. There was a lot of great play in this game. There was a lot of great things. There's some things that they got to clean up, obviously, that Coach Prime is definitely going to talk to them about, the coaching staff. But this is just as we had talked about, that they're going to beat Utah. I said they were going to beat Utah. I felt that they can handle Utah, even though Utah was said to be ranked the #1 defense in the Big 12. I looked at their stats. They weren't good against certain. I don't know how they were the best defense in the Big 12, because it looks to me that CU is the best defense in the Big 12. That's right. I said it. CU is the best defense in the Big 12. There's no doubt in my mind. There were too many things that Utah had issues with, which is why they have, looks to be, a 5-5 record right now within the Big 12 conference. I want to go over a few areas today in today's game because just as I predicted it, CU stands at 6-1, right behind BYU. I said that there is going to be a clash of the Titans between BYU and CU. They're going to the Big 12 championship. There's no doubt in my mind. The next game they've got is against Kansas. They can handle Kansas. Everybody was saying a few weeks ago, oh, these are trap games. No, they're not. They can be, but they're not. As long as CU's defense keeps playing at the level that they're playing at, none of these games are trap games. They should indeed beat Kansas in Kansas, then come on back home against Oklahoma State, which Oklahoma State is abysmal within the Big 12, and they could beat Oklahoma State and go to what? 10-2. I've been saying this. Everybody's been saying this. They're going to be a 10-2 team that puts them square in the potential of getting to the 12-man playoff series for the national championship. However, they've got work in front of them. They've got to beat Kansas, which I feel they can. They've got to go in there and take care of business at home against Oklahoma State, and then prepare themselves for the hype that's going to come before them for the Big 12 championship game, in which they will match up against BYU. That would be the game. Now, if they beat BYU, they are damn near guaranteed to be in that 12-seeded playoff for the national championship. They are ranked 17 when they went into this game, and I'm curious to see, after beating Utah and the way they've come out there with their defense, I'm waiting to see where they're going to seed CU in that college football playoff rankings now. Will CU move up 2 notches up? Will they move up from 17 to 16? Or will it be from 17 to 15 or to 14? It all depends on how the dominoes fall out with other teams losing their games. As of right now, Colorado is in the driver's seat. All the haters out there, you are goofy as hell. You came around here with your tired talking trash, and we now have the last laugh on you. And why don't you come around and have anything to say right now? We're one of only a few teams in the country that have everything in our destiny, everything basically in our hands. Now, this game today was unique because it wasn't the offense that really carried us. Yeah, you had great play today out of players who made key plays that turned everything around for us. Key offensive plays, and I'm going to highlight that today. But today, it's a celebration of the defense. You see, CU's defense seems like they are the catalyst that's leading the team right now. Everybody knows about the receiving core, one of the best receiving cores in the Big 12, maybe the best receiving core, I believe the best receiving core in college football. I want to say this, that Jimmy Horn, he's had some ups and downs during the course of this season, and we have another situation. Jimmy Horn, and I want to put him up here, did not play today. And I felt that him not playing today, you definitely could feel the difference in the receiving core. He is their speed wide receiver. Jimmy Horn Jr. not being in the game, I think, threw the rhythm of the receiving core off. Even though we know that Travis Hunter is the man who plays on both sides of the ball, and he made some fantastic plays today. But there was something about Jimmy Horn Jr. not being in the game today that I thought threw off the balance of their receiving core, because he's a big part of what they do. When teams play against CU, they have to respect the deep threat of a Jimmy Horn, who you see on there with Coach Prime. And not having him out there was a missing element of threat within the receiving core, and you can feel it. You could feel it a little bit, but there were other guys who stepped up, stepped out, made a name for themselves. Draylon Miller. Didn't I do a video about Draylon Miller and Amarion Miller? And I said to you all in that video that they are the future. If Amarion Miller can come back, get himself back on track with his rehabilitation, come back better than ever, give that young man a sophomore red shirt, and then you have a combination. Of course, they're going to need a quarterback to get them the ball, but the combination of Draylon Miller and Amarion Miller is going to be dangerous. Now, I said that in a video that I put out, a vertical video. I'm one of the first people on these YouTube streets to do a video of that nature about the combination of the Miller brothers. I'm telling you, this young man displayed it today. He stepped up. He filled the void of Jimmy Horn Jr. not being there. If you agree with my take right now, put sevens in the chat room. He stepped up. Draylon Miller, I was tremendously excited about this young man, because just like Debo of my San Francisco 49ers, this young man can play both running back. Hell, he can play receiver. Hell, you might as well stick him in there and let him play some tight end. Matter of fact, let me give a little advice to the coaching staff. Why don't y'all play Draylon Miller at tight end a little bit? Play him at receiving tight end. Bring him in the game. Put him in a tight end slot. Make the linebackers, this is a mismatch that he creates. Make the linebackers have to play Draylon Miller if you line them up and put him in the cornerback in the tight end slot. Every now and then in a package. What do you all think about that, ladies and gentlemen? What I just laid on you right there. Because this young man was an all-world beater today. There's no doubt in my mind this game was exciting. They were carried by their defense, not their offense. The offense today complemented what the defense did for them. Could you ever thought, after what happened last year, that we would be looking at a 17th ranked Colorado team that potentially is going to move up the rankings, looking at a Big 12 championship matchup potentially with BYU, and at this late in the season, they're being led by the defense? Let's take it back. In the first quarter, with 10 minutes on the clock, you had Walker, number 53, Walker, who's been a heaven sent to the team. Here he is. With 10 minutes on the clock, I give you the analysis, everybody. With 10 minutes on the clock, this man gets a sack, which really set the tone. They were all over Isaac Wilson. Isaac Wilson didn't know which way was up. This young man had all sorts of pressure. CU went up against a so-called best defensive team in the Big 12, but they forgot to tell Utah that they were going up against the best sacking, rushing the quarterback defense in the Big 12 and one of the best in the country. In CU, they were all over this kid, sacking him, getting him, throwing him off. Yes, he's a freshman, but they made the game difficult for him, putting all kind of pressure on him throughout the whole game. This was the work of the defense, and Walker was a big part of what CU's defense is all about. We got to give him kudos because he got in the first quarter with 10 minutes in the game, he got a sack, and that really set the defensive tone for what would become today a dominant defensive game by the defense that really led us to this victory at the end of the day. They complemented what the offense was doing. The offense simply complemented the defense and opened the door for opportunities. There were a lot of 3-and-outs because we didn't see this a year ago from this defense. This year, with new personnel, new attitude, let's be honest, with no doubt in my mind, with better coaching from Robert Livingston and his play calling, NFL style, Pat Shurmur doing what he's got to do, Brother Lewis, who has pro experience as a pro defensive tackle with the Rams, the Carolina Panthers, as I talked about before. He coached from the year, 20 to 23, the defensive line for the Seahawks in the NFL. With him coming in and making changes to the way they play defense, with the guru himself, Warren Sapp, who is an inspirational motivator for this team and for these players, Coach Prime making the right decisions, they're doing incredible things. Now, let's not sleep on Will Shepherd, who I think set the tone in the game with his 40-yard reception in the first quarter, which ultimately led to a touchdown that really got everything going. Now, I want to come back to him in a moment because I want to give an honorable mention to Colton Hood, everybody. And I'm going to tell you why. He did a couple of things. Ever since this kid has come on board to the team, every game he's making some type of play that makes the difference. Remember, let's not forget, in a punt return, he got one punt return for 38 yards in the first quarter, which set the tone as well. This is a man coming over from Auburn who has made a hell of a debut today in the way he played. Now, not a debut in that it's his first game, but he continues to show that he is an intimate part of what the defense does. Now, with that said, going back to Will Shepherd, who came in and showed up and gave us the tone that we needed. He gave us the first touchdown of the game that really took the momentum all the way into our hands when we needed it to be in our hands. Let me let y'all see what took place right here. Check this out. Check it out, everybody. Can you dig it? I say again, can you dig it, everybody? That's a key play that really put the momentum on our side. Put sevens in there if you know what I'm talking about. Do me the biggest favor. Share this video in your social media. If you got X, you got Twitter, you got Facebook. If you're a member of a Colorado football fan group on Facebook, any of those type of fan groups, drop this link in that page. Share and share alike. If you're on your tablet, your iPhone, your Droid phone, whatever you are, a tablet right now, you can hit that share button, still be watching the program, and you can share and share alike with your friends, family, or anybody that's a football fan or a fan of what's happening at CU. I also want to say right quickly, thank you for watching so far today. Like and comment, subscribe to the channel, subscribe and share, because we surely like it here. I want to bring up another key play here. I talked about Colton Hood and what Colton Hood brings to the table and the way that he plays in this Big 12 conference, the way he has shown up and shown out. Definitely appreciate him again. But another man that I said in my post or my pregame video, and I've been saying this from day one, that we have encountered this young man on this football team, and that is LeJohntay Wester. LeJohntay Wester has been heaven sent. This young man, every time he's in the game, he makes something fantastic happen. I want to appreciate everybody that's here. Maurice Johnson, Jeffrey Bay, Ed Houston's in the house. Shirley's in the house. Babes number 777 is in the house. Caught on camera is in the house. Antonio Michael Joseph says, yes, we saw it coming. Deion told us it was, yes, he told us it was coming. He told everybody, do you believe? He told everybody, I'm just a few players away. This is only the second year, and the haters are nowhere to be found, you scary cats. I dare you to come into the chat room. What do you got to say now? You all look like goofies, you haters. Brian says the law firm of Hill Green and Bentley were at work today. I'm going to talk about those brothers. Marshall's coming in from Chi-Town, Chicago. Thank you. I'm going to talk about those brothers. But I've got to talk about this young man right here, LeJohntay Wester, who showed out, showed what he could do. I mean, on the kickoff return, he came alive, y'all. Here we go.
Wide receiver by a long shot. He has step. So they'll send it away. Bomeister, and this one returned. Wester straight ahead. Wester with a lead. Wester, 76 yards, touchdown, Buffalo. This kid is sensational.
This kid is sensational. Incredible. And he's been the X factor ever since he's come on board. I'm going to make this prediction right now. LeJohntay Wester, ever since he's come on board to this football team, has made the offense. He is a part of what makes the receiving core the best in the country. He steps up every damn game. He does something that helps the team when things seem to be going quiet for about a minute. And then he, out of nowhere, makes a great play. Here he is doing the practice, prior to the season when they had the practice, the winter practice, whatever we call it, when they go, up against each other for a moment. I'm telling you, Wester is heaven sent for Deion Sanders. Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't think Shedeur, technically, he put up some good numbers, but I don't think it was his best game overall. Even Coach Prime, everybody said, he said at the end of the game, him and Travis, that this wasn't the best football game for them. This wasn't his best game. We've seen him play a little bit better. There were times when there were nobody open at times. And you got to say, well, they went against Utah that had the best defense in the Big 12. But I just think today, there were times when they would go to sleep at times and then they would wake up and make a big play. And Shedeur said himself, along with Travis, that this was not his best game or their best game of the season. And Coach Prime said, you still haven't seen their best game. That's dangerous that they are now an 8-2 team. And we have not even seen their best game. They're 8-2 overall, 6-1 in conference, 4-1 at home, 4-1 on away. They're on a 4-game winning streak. We got to be proud of this team, proud of what they are accomplishing against the odds, against the haters. I want to see all the people in mainstream media that said that Deion didn't know what he was doing. Coach Prime didn't know what he was doing. The players are over. We're not playing up to the level. I want to know what they're talking about now. I said this before, a lot of these people are going to try to blend in with us and act like they were rocking with this team the whole time. They're going to get inside of our chat rooms. They're going to try to get inside the fan club rooms. They're going to try to set up and get on people's chat platforms and act like they were rocking with this team, both mainstream and social media. Don't let these people do it. Don't let these people infiltrate our spaces with their lies. We know who they are, and we know that they wasn't rocking with this team. They were over here trying to make fun of the things that we had been saying. All of you in the chat room who stayed the course, put 7s in the chat room. If you stayed the course since day one, we all said that it's about
information
is power. We all said that it was about the process of believing what was happening. Wayne is in the house. Another Shirley Cofield is in the house, says, get those likes. Yeah, get those likes up. We got 362 people watching so far. Why don't we have 362 thumbs ups? Come on now.
Tell the truth.
Wester had a 76-yard TD. That was great for our momentum in that first quarter. And then I want to go back to another play here. Let's go back here. Check this out. This is going to involve your man, Travis Hunter. But it could not have happened. I want y'all to remember, come take a memory trip with me here. Remember in the game, it was at the end of the first quarter. The quarterback for Utah, Isaac, he threw a football deep down the field. And then all of a sudden, Colton Hood came out of nowhere in his coverage, knocked the ball out. Right? Colton Hood knocks the ball out of the receiver's hand from making a big play. Colton Hood all over the damn hood of the field, making plays. And then after he knocks the ball out, Travis Hunter, as usual, comes out of nowhere, gets the interception, starts running the ball down the field. Of course, eventually they tackled him. Let's give him a clap on that. That all happened at the end of the first quarter. I'm taking you down the memory lane of this game in a way that I know how. This was sensational. This was vibrational. This was what we were asking for. The momentum still remained on the side because it was the defense that kept us in the game and led us to victory and dominating at the end of the day. And then let's go right back again and take another memory lane when this man again, Will Shepherd, we've got to be honest, in the second quarter, Will Shepherd caught a 49-second TD. He caught a touchdown with 49 seconds left. Let me correct myself. We know he caught a 40-yard TD, but he caught another touchdown to make it his second on the day with 49 seconds left on the clock to bring them into what we would call halftime with 47 seconds on the clock. That's what Will Shepherd did to quiet everybody down. Do y'all remember that? Put sevens in the chat room when Will Shepherd made that second touchdown in the corner of the end zone. 49 seconds left on the clock in the first quarter to bring us into halftime. Do you all remember that? Come on now. Put sevens in the chat room. Let me know, because we're moving on up to a deluxe apartment in the sky. Oh, we're moving on up. I know I can't sing, but damn it, I'm going to sing, because there was so many things about this game that was so sensational, because we come out of halftime. And then this man right here who is playing out of his mind at linebacker, let's give him some praise, and that's my man, Nakai Hill-Green.
Tell the truth.
Do you all remember what Nakai Hill-Green did in this game? With 11 minutes and 51 seconds in the third quarter, he got an interception, which was his second interception on the season so far in a game. Wasn't that incredible what Nakai did, everybody? How do you feel about this brother, Nakai Green Hill, who has made a big difference? He flies all over the field, makes sensational plays all over the field. Okay, just sensational plays all over the field. Let me let you know what he did just in general. Let me get back to Nakai, because I want to remind you of what he did on the day. The Nakai had 5 tackles, 3 solo tackles, but he had an interception that made the difference in the early going of this football game. It was sensational. It was sensational. And then let's not stop there. Let's talk about the running back. Okay? Isaiah Augustive, sensational 37-yard run for a touchdown. I've been waiting to see us have a running game where someone breaks through that middle for a touchdown, and we got that from Isaiah Augustive today. 37 yards. Thank you, John Love, for the $2 super chat. I appreciate that.
Thank you for the super chat.
Augustive did this in the third quarter, further bringing our dreams to the top of the ladder of winning this game. He was sensational. I appreciated that young man. Again, more sensational play today. Now, let's look at his numbers, what he did in terms of his running back numbers. And Augustus, number 23, you see him right there on the screen. He had 7 carries for 59 yards, averaging 8.4 yards a carry with 1 TD. The longest run, as I said, was 37 yards. I'm going to say it again, everybody. They won this game because the defense carried them. But I want to see Augustive have more than 7 carries a game. Do you feel the same way, that you want to see him have more than 7 carries as well? I believe that if you give him more carries, he's going to have bigger numbers. Hayden came in, didn't have a lot of carries today, but contributed as best as he could. He had 4 carries for 6 yards, 6 yards being his longest run. I think they need to give him opportunities a little bit more. They need to balance this whole thing out. But Isaiah is playing well, so he's the hot hand. You go with that hot hand. I totally get that. I totally get it. When you look at Shedeur Sanders, like I said, he put up some numbers. I don't think this was his best game in terms of the look of everything, but he gutted it out. He made it. He let everyone know why he's a Heisman Trophy candidate as well, and why he will be a top pick in the NFL draft. He still managed to go 30 for 41 for 340 yards with an average of 8.3, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. I like that. But what I liked even more is what our defense did to their starting quarterback, Isaac Wilson. Isaac Wilson went 21 for 40 for 236 yards, but he threw 2 TDs, but he also gave up 3 interceptions to our defense. That to me means something when you got guys like Craig roaming all over the field, making incredible plays. Okay? That means something. Craig was all over the place with what? What did Craig have? Let's give you what Craig had. Craig had 7 tackles, 6 solo tackles, and he was all over the place. And they said on that tube today, that it is very clear that Craig is the leading heartbeat of that secondary on that defense. There he is. Every week he makes a play, he does something, and he led the team in tackles today in this vaunted game that they had against Utah. They handled Utah very well. Do you know that the only time that Colorado has beaten Utah, the last time they beat them was in 2016. So it's been to 2016 that Colorado has now beaten them since that time. This is incredible. This is incredible, everybody. This is exactly what we were looking for. This is exactly what you're looking for. This is a very exciting game. Davis says, not great. Running backs, just average. Well, what did we do against their running back? Because their running back is this guy, Micah, for Utah, is seen as a pro prospect. Well, what did our defense do against him? Because I think we stopped him from being effective, if I'm not mistaken. I think we kept this man from thinking that he was the man. And what did we do? This man had 11 carries for 20 yards, with only 6 yards being his longest carry. We shut down their running game.
Tell the truth.
11 carries for 20 yards, 6 yards for a guy who's an NFL prospect, a guy who had a great game against BYU just a week ago, and we were able to neutralize him. Their other running back, Micah Mitchell, had 7 carries for 28 yards, 13. We pretty much neutralized their running game, everybody. What do you think about that? I can say it again. The defense is what carried this team today. We were able to shut down their running game. We made them one-dimensional, and we were able to take away their receiving game. Let me tell you why, what the numbers are. Check this out. Their best receiver is Singer. Remember I talked about Singer in my pregame video, and I said number 3, Singer, is their go-to wide receiver. Well, we kept him under check. He did get 1 touchdown, unfortunately, 1 touchdown that he scored, unfortunately, against our man, Travis Hunter. That was unfortunately, okay? But he did not dominate. We kept him in check for most of the game. He did not get out there and swerve all over the team. What did we do? I'm going to repeat this again. He had 5 receptions for 65 yards, 1 TD, 40 yards his longest catch, but for the most part, we still kept him in check. Okay? Their other receiver, Carson Ryan, he's a tight end. Carson Ryan, the tight end, he made a few plays down the late stretch, but he had 4 receptions for 78 yards. 25 yards was his longest, but he didn't get a touchdown. We pretty much kept these guys out of the end zone. Only Singer in that receiving core got in the end zone. So our defensive backs did their job and did it very well. Okay? Now, when we talk about Draylon Miller and his 47-yard touchdown in the fourth quarter, we have to really understand, as I said before, this guy is the future. This guy is now. He is the future. He is now. What did he do today? In absence of Jimmy Horn Jr., Draylon Miller, number 6, had 6 receptions for 108 yards, 18.0 average, 1 TD. Longest catch was for 49 yards, which was the big catch that he made. On the telecast, they said it was 47 yards, but the overall was 49-yard reception for a touchdown in the fourth quarter by Draylon Miller. He was all over the place today. Again, let's go with LaJohntay Wester and what his numbers were today, because they were fantastic. As I said before, he did what he had to do, and he made the plays. Wester had 10 catches for 77 yards with an average of 7.7, with 18 yards being his longest catch of the day. Will Shepherd, as I talked about before, let's get him in here, right there. Will Shepherd, his numbers with the 2 touchdowns that he got today was 5 catches for 71 yards, 14.2 average, 2 touchdowns, 40 yards being the largest that he got. And, of course, we can't deny that the man right here, Travis Hunter, his numbers for the day were 5 catches for 55 yards, 11.0, longest catch for 28 yards, but he did a lot of great things on offense. He got an interception on offense. He was out here doing the damn thing, making plays, making us believe that this team is ready to be an 8-2 team, ready to be a 10-2 team, ready to be a team playing for the Big 12 championship, and hopefully moving on up into an opportunity to be playing for the national championship in that Big 12 tournament seeding. What do you all think so far? Are you excited? Let me get a drink of water right here. My throat is dry. Thank you. This was an incredible game. Travis Hunter did something today that I thought was incredible when he had double coverage on him. Did you all get a chance to see that when he was double covered? And then all of a sudden, this happened. Check it out.
And it's in between 2 players, and he just rises above them to get it. Gus, what are we watching? This guy is unbelievable. Folks, there were 4.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Travis Hunter catching balls in between people, double teaming him. That was the catch that set up great things down the line. This is, I don't know what to say, everybody. I'm excited. We got Peggy Roster in here. Ed Houston says we still getting busy without Jimmy Horn. I think you could tell that not having Jimmy Horn out there, you could feel the effects of it, but you had people, you had great players. You had great guys like Draylon Miller. I'm going to put him up here again because it is no doubt in my mind that he is the future of this ball club in terms of that receiving core. He can play both running back. He can catch the ball out of the backfield as a receiver. I think they need to put him in at tight end, make a couple of tight end packages. Another thing that you notice, everybody, tell me if you noticed this when you watched the game. Didn't I say in my pregame coverage the other night that because they have 2 stout tight ends, that CU should try doing some bubble screens, some receiving screens, some running back screens? Damn it. They must be listening to the broadcast because they did that today. Sometimes they did it successfully, sometimes not so successfully, but they did that strategy. So that lets me know that we're on the right course of knowing what the hell we're talking about, because we saw it today where they were employing those types of plays. Just like I said on the pregame show just a few damn days ago. Okay?
Tell the truth.
I want to give some flowers to this young man right here. The young man to the left, that's the cornerback brothers of Preston Hodge and DJ McKinney. let's give DJ McKinney his flowers because he stepped up in the fourth quarter and got an interception as well. The defense led the way. Nobody can tell me different. The defense led the way, everybody. Put those sevens in the chat room. We got D3 in the house. Ed Houston's in the house. Benzo is in the house. Okay. Ed is saying, everybody, like, share, subscribe. Yeah, get those likes up. We got 417 people watching, which I really appreciate all of you watching. But definitely don't forget to hit the bell or notification and get those likes up. Okay? That helps the channel. That helps this video to get to more people to discover the channel. Let me put this up here real quick and let you hear this. Hit that bell notification. See, if you want more videos like this, hit the bell of notification just like that. I appreciate it, everybody. Okay, thank you. But let's get back to this right here. DJ McKinley came in and got that interception, which we have to give him his flowers. The defense is coming alive. These players are coming alive. They're making plays just when we need them to make the plays that are necessary. Let's give some credit to an unsung hero in today's game. Hey, we got to be honest about it. Where Charlie got a play today. Let's put Charlie on the board. Give him a clap. Near the goal line. Charlie with 4 minutes and 32 seconds in the fourth quarter got us a TD. This is, guess what, everybody? Did you know that this is the first touchdown of Charlie's whole career since he's been at CU? Can you believe that? Give him another clap again. Can you dig it? Can you believe that? First touchdown of his overall career. I think it's incredible. I think it's incredible, y'all. I want to show y'all something else. Deion Sanders has stepped up in this game. Okay? Let's give him credit, everybody. Let's give him credit where credit is due. Deion did what he had to do in the game today. He stepped up. He made plays because Deion led the team in tackles. He was only second to Craig in tackles today. Deion had 5 tackles for 4 yards. He got a sack. He caused a sack that turned the ball over, sacking Wilson, making Isaac Wilson once again cough up the ball, have problems. We got to give it to Deion Sanders coming off the edge. I'm going to say it again. Deion Sanders came off the edge like a damn defensive end, got the crunching sack, okay?
Tell the truth.
Which led to a turnover, which gave the ball back to CU. Deion coming off the edge was incredible, y'all. Give him a clap. Let's not forget, near the end of the game, with 2 minutes and 22 seconds left on the clock, it was Travis Hunter who finally got in the end zone and got a touchdown, blew the game wide open to where it is now, beating this team 49-24. This is incredible.
Tell the truth.
It was said that in this game, this is why you know that the dominance of the defense against Utah was sensational in this matchup against Utah. Let's look at the numbers right here on the board. Utah had 272 total yards. But when you look at the running game, and what did they do to the running game? So if Mitchell had 28 yards, wow. CU really controlled Utah's running game, as I said before. It's incredible. Utah had 272 total yards in the game. CU had 405 total yards. Turnovers. Utah had 4 turnovers to our 3 turnovers. We have to clean those turnovers going forward. Got to clean that up. CU was able to generate 17 first downs. Utah only 15 first downs tonight. An area that I'm still concerned about is time of possession, because Utah had too much time of possession. They had 35 minutes and 38 seconds. CU had 24 minutes and 32 seconds. But this is why Utah had that. I said it in my pre-game video. Damn it, I know what I'm talking about. I said to you all a couple of days ago that Utah was going to try to run the ball.
Information
is power. Utah was going to try to run the ball, and that's exactly what they did. They came into this game with the game plan that if they could simply control the time of possession against CU, that if they could simply control the clock, control the pace, the tempo of the game, keep the ball out of the hands of Shedeur in the offense, that they could win the game. But they weren't doing what? They didn't think about the defense. They didn't think that the defense could put pressure on their quarterback, have him running all over the damn field. They didn't think about that we could make them turn over. Now, they came into this game and everybody said that Utah was the best defense in the Big 12, that their bread and butter was getting teams to turn the ball over. Well, we got them to turn the ball over 3 times. We did turn the ball over. Unfortunately, though, we turned the ball over 3 times. We got them to turn the ball over 4 times. 3 times too damn much for us, but we got them to turn the ball over. So ultimately, we did to Utah what Utah likes to do to other people. We took their running game away, made them one-dimensional. And even though our offensive game was kind of cranking up kind of slowly, we eventually took the game over, got points on the board, and the defense led the damn way. How do you like that, everybody? We got my man Ghost coming into the chat room. I know this brother very well. Let me put him on the board, see what the brother is saying here. We got my man Ghost coming in strong. Let me see what they're saying here. He says, if you're not getting the live show videos when they go online, on which subscribe and hit, and again, Prime Sports Media. Hey, what's going on, my brother? Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Ghost. I'm going to mod you up because we've known each other on the YouTube streets for many years now. And you also support my other channel, the Information Man Show channel. That brother right there that you see in the chat room, he has a history of being a radio host himself, a comedian. He does work in the community with people. A real brother there. So I modded him up because we know each other, and he's a real man's man. And I appreciate you promoting the channel and coming on over tonight. I appreciate you. A clap to you. You're a real standout brother. Real standout brother. Let me go to Pretty Minnie. Pretty Minnie is in the house. She said some things, and I wanted to get her thoughts. But let me go with Peggy. And she says, Alicia, Shirley, Ed, she's basically saying, giving praise to everybody. Richard's in the house, and Richard says, how many sacks did Buffs get today? Wow. I know Shedeur was sacked about 2 or 3 times. I mean, they got at least 4 or 5 sacks on that kid today. 6, 7. They were all over the place. Man, they were all over the place. We got the win. And what's going on, Blue Devil Gleam saying facts? Let me see this. How many check this. Let's do this. Let's do this right now. Let me see. Hang on, folks. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna read. I want to make sure I put out the information. So, to answer Richard's question, Colorado defense was able to consistently pressure freshman quarterback Isaac Wilson, who I put on the board right here, right? And they got 3 interceptions until they finished with nearly 31 rushing yards. So they held Utah to 31 rushing yards, the fewest in a single game since 2011. Nobody has held them like this since 2011, y'all. And how many sacks? To answer that question again, they got 4 sacks and 3 interceptions on this kid today. To answer that question directly. So I think this was a fantastic question. We got the right answer. We got the right information. 3 interceptions. They made Utah turn the ball over, right? They held them to 31 rushing yards, which is the lowest they've ever had since 2011. This is what CU did, y'all. Their defense carried them and carried them a long, long way. With that said, before I answer more questions in the chat room, we got Brian saying defense got 4. It says, according to the data, it said it was 4 sacks and 3 interceptions there. Peggy saying, let's see, Richard saying Peggy roster. Alicia's in the house. The Ghost says, Ed Houston, good to see you. I hope you and your family is doing well. I like that. I hope everybody's family's doing well. We got Dub97 says, welcome all. Thank you for saying that. But now let me go to another area of the show today that I'm sure you're going to enjoy, right? So let's go into, y'all know how I always say this. Let's go into the reaction studio right now. Let's get it. And I don't know if any of you guys have seen this so far, but I was lucky enough to get some video clip from Coach Prime's press conference right after the game. So let me let you hear some of this. I'll make a commentary here and there when I need to, but let me let you hear some of what Coach Prime had to say right now. Check this out.
We have the assistance of a running game, and we showed flashes of having a running game. Isaiah did a phenomenal job today, breaking one, but we got to be more consistent with that, and sky would be the limit if we can really have consistency and the word escapes me what I'm trying to say, but we need to really want and desire and just have passion to run the football at times. I think we're lacking that, but prayerfully we get it going, because we could do some remarkable things if we have a more balanced offense.
Lincoln, go ahead.
Lincoln Roach, CU Independent. How's the team feeling right now after finally breaking that 7-year losing streak against the Utes?
We don't care about that. We weren't here then, so we could care less. I just walked out the locker room, and I'm pretty sure there's a party going on and somebody's rapping. That's how they feel. They feel really good. They feel really good about what they just accomplished, and they should. Every week we warn them to be gentlemen and be men. So we want you to go out and have a good time, but don't do nothing to threaten what you worked your butt off for. In this moment is that.
Adam, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. Adam Tiger, 24/7 Sports. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Utah, just 31 rushing yards. What can you say about the way Robert Livingston has that group playing?
These guys are dedicated. Coach Liv is doing a phenomenal job, but D. Lou and Sapp, they ain't playing, as well as Dancy. And Coach Hart at the linebackers position. And Coach Mathis challenged the DBs to be physical this week, because they're going to have to show up in the run game as well. We know they're on their 3rd or 4th quarterback. We understand that.
Now, let me say this. Haven't I made praise about Coach Sapp, who's a assistant coach? Haven't I made praise about him and the things that he's doing? And this is not taking anything away from Coach Lewis, who, just like Sapp, has a lot of experience coming out of the NFL. Remember, I'm going to repeat this again. He played with the Rams. He played with the Carolina Panthers. He played coach very well when he was with Seattle on their defensive line. This man has had a lot of experience in the NFL, as well as Sapp, who is a Hall of Famer. And you can't tell me that defensive line is not playing better, not only because they have better personnel this year, but they've got NFL talented men like Warren Sapp and Lewis, who's giving them all the tricks that they need, all the information that they need to be successful on that defensive line. The defensive line has been carrying us, especially in this game, making the plays when necessary. Let's hear the rest of Coach Prime. Let's hear some more of Coach Prime.
But we're happy with where we are, and we know where we could be.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. We're not even where we could be right now. You see the mistakes. You see the little things that we could clean up, but when you look at
right. What they need to clean up is when they get a lead on a team, and it frustrates the hell out of me. When they get a lead, don't let that team creep back into the game. Don't let them creep back into the game. Get on top of that team. Stop them from what they're doing. Don't get complacent. Don't go to sleep at times in the game when we need them to continue what they're doing.
The statistics, you say, dang, that was phenomenal. I mean, stopping the run at that point. So I keep reiterating this. I'm so darn proud of these young men in this organization.
Rylan, go ahead.
Ron Scholes from Ralph Report. Travis had a tremendous day. He had an interception, a touchdown, and then one of the crazier catches you'll ever see.
Mm-hmm.
What would your message be to Heisman voters who are undecided in his case?
I've been getting no message. No Heisman voters is undecided. They can't see. They can't see.
Right.
It is what it is. I mean, Travis is who he is. He's supposed to go to the best college football player. I think that's been a wrap since, week 2? So we ain't petitioning for nobody. We ain't doing that. We got a wonderful display of cameras here, and I think we on national television every week. If they can't see it, there's a problem. Don't allow their hatred for me to interfere with our kids.
Right. There are a lot of hatred, a lot of haters out there for Coach Prime, and because they don't like Coach Prime, they want to hate the kids. They want to hate his son, Shallow. They want to hate Travis Hunter because of what he's doing playing on both sides of the ball. Let me give you guys a reminder of what Travis Hunter is doing. Remember, I put this up in my pregame show where Travis Hunter leads in 1,044 snaps played. Right? He's third in 69 receptions, fourth in 856 reception yards. It's gone up now. He's tied for 11 in interceptions. That's gone up now. He's 11th in the country in all-purpose yards. This is in the Big 12 I'm talking about, in the Big 12. He's tied for third place and passes broken up. But this is what it is now after this game. Offensive snaps. In today's game, Travis had what? He had 66 offensive snaps in today's game, okay? He had 66 defensive snaps in today's game. I'm just giving y'all the facts right now. He had 55 receptional yards catching the ball. He had 1 touchdown receiving and 1 interception. And we know, I put up the stats right here. He's been doing the whole damn thing the whole damn year. Coach Prime is correct. Why does he need to convince anybody of what Travis Hunter is worth when Travis is showing you what he's worth with the numbers that he has put up? If you can't see that this man is a Heisman Trophy candidate and a Heisman Trophy #1 candidate to win it, then you've been sleeping under a rock somewhere. The numbers speak for itself. And like Coach Prime say, hell, we're on national TV every damn week. Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Here we go.
Success. They got to stop that. Y'all got to stop. Some of y'all like that. Y'all got to stop that, man. Give the kids what they deserve, man. I done had my turn. You had, I played 14 years. You had 14 years to hate me. Now let it go.
Brian, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Brian Howell, Bowl of the Day.
How you doing, sir?
Good, how are you? A couple questions for you. First off, LaJonte, finally breaking one. It feels like most of you guys were close to breaking something. Was it nice to see that?
we got to dedicate ourselves to the return. That's the thing. We put in a little more work on the return teams and putting the right personnel out there, and he could hit it, man. I mean, he could hit it. Jimmy could hit it. Jimmy's out right now, but he did the doggone thing. He's so versatile and so elusive.
This young man right here, LeJohntay Wester, is so versatile. Remember, again, he returned the ball for 76 yards today. Jimmy Horn Jr., who is out hurt, and I hope that he has a speedy recovery because we need him out there. LeJohntay Wester was sensational. I know I showed this video once before, but let's give you a taste of it just one more time.
Wide receiver by a long shot. He has step. So they'll send it away. Bomeister. And this one returned. Wester straight ahead. Wester with a lead! Wester, 76 yards, touchdown!
There it is. Let's hear Coach Prime now.
Buffalo.
Let's hear back to Coach Prime again. Let's hear him again. Here we go.
And you see that after the catch when he's playing receiver, but that just shows his versatility, and it should take him, make him more impressive to the scouts that are looking for him to get to the next level, which is the NFL.
And then real quick, your defense obviously gave up probably more than you guys wanted to
Right.
this afternoon, but
True.
the big plays, I mean, it seems like this group is just feasting on big plays.
Yeah, but we got to be more consistent on D plays. I mean, we shouldn't give up that many yardage up the seam. They should have done the same darn route every time. The tight end going up the seam. How many times we going to allow that to happen? We got to get something on him. We got to hold him up. We got to reroute him. We got to do some things because Rob is doing a wonderful job. You know what I mean? We have to execute as players. We do. There goes my man. You know what? I'm mad because I thought it was Harlow. It's Carlo. You say it. Okay, go ahead and do what you usually do.
I want to say something just real quick before he talks about one of the reporters. Once again, we have to say that the addition of Robert Livingston coming over from Cincinnati, where he was a secondaries coach, he turned a couple, I think one or two guys into Pro Bowlers in the secondary. His ability to make adjustments, NFL style, because that's the environment that he coached in, to come over and to make the adjustments. You're seeing it in the way the defense is playing. You've got better personnel, but you've got better coaching, and we got to give him a clap for that. I appreciate everybody that's in the house. I see we got Angel's Eye, Peggy Roster. We got Luther Booker in the house. Richards is in the house. We got Buckingham saying that 76-yard. Yeah, that was incredible. Ghost is in the house. OG says, J Speed saying, Luther Booker, some of us age well. I second that. Hope you and your family's doing well. That's fantastic. Got to give that a clap. All right. All right. Let's get back to where Coach Prime was at in this in his press conference. Here we go.
It sounds like you said Harlow.
Jack Harlow.
And I apologize.
Oh, no, you're good.
I apologize.
Good.
Okay,
Let's move
now,
on.
You
let's
gotta
do-
get Jack Harlow involved.
Okay, let's Debo Samuels, man. He gives you a variety pack every. Okay, now
You
let's
gotta
do.
get Jack Harlow involved.
Okay, let's do what we normally do. Okay, go ahead.
Jack, go ahead.
Okay. Jack Harlow.
My man.
Wire.
Jack Hart.
Yeah, my parents love that every week.
Yeah.
It's a highlight. I want to ask about Draylen Miller.
Oh my
Best game
God.
of his year.
Traylon Miller.
He's like a Debo Samuels, man. He gives you a variety pack every time you put him out there. He could play the slot. He could play out wide. He could get in the backfield. He could go wildcat. I mean, the kid is talented, and he's a freshman. And I thought we didn't recruit those, but
I'm going to say again, I'm employing the coaching staff to put him in packages where he kind of plays tight end every now and then. I think you put him in some packages where he plays a little bit of tight end, not all the time, but just a little bit. It could cause a matchup problems for linebackers that have to cover a guy who's playing in a tight end slot, but he's playing as a receiving tight end. And I don't think there would be any linebackers that could keep up with Draylen Miller if they did that type of package with him. Just me thinking off the cuff here. Let's go back to Coach Prime.
this kid is a great young man. I mean, he was raised properly. He has the right influences in his life, and the older players have taken him up under their wings, and they make sure that he gets it right. He knows his assignments, his alignments, and the kid practices his butt off every day. So I'm so proud of him. He had, I think, went for 100 yards today. Oh,
Yeah.
Awesome, man. I'm proud of him. Jack Harlow.
Go ahead.
He said that like he was gonna get it like you get it, Jay. No, dog. That's only for Jack Harlow.
No, he had ladies and gentlemen, Draylon Miller had 6 catches, as I said earlier in the show, for 108 yards, 18.0 average, 1 TD, 49 yards catch was his longest of the day. He can only get better. And remember, they still have Amarion Miller, who hopefully will be back next year going through rehab. He's dangerous as well. I only see good things going for CU going forward. Let's continue.
Has like 4 very different kinds of receivers.
Yes, sir.
Like archetypes. Did you try to recruit that so that like set up like that and how?
Yeah. We, everybody makes a big deal over what you recruit and how you recruit. You got to find what you like and try to replicate that. So you know what Jimmy brings to the table, right? You know what LeJohntay brings to the table. You got to have 3 or 4 guys to bring to the table what Travis is bringing. But you know what all our receivers bring, and you go out and try to find that guy because that's what you want into your room. Not only the game, but the character of our receivers. Will had a wonderful day as well. Make some great contested catches, and that's the thing we've been asking him. Like every time Shedeur sees him one-on-one over there, he's going to put it up, and he expects him to come down with it, and oftentimes he does. So I'm proud of him as well.
John, go ahead.
John Treach, 9 News. Coach, you double last year's win total by doubling up a traditional powerhouse. Can you allow yourself to appreciate where you are right now?
No whatsoever, because we expect to be here. A lot of y'all didn't expect us to be here and don't think we don't know that, but we expected to be where we are. Matter of fact, we expected to be a little better.
Tell the truth.
We dropped a couple that we're not proud of, but that's in the past. So now we focus on one game at a time. We really, truly do. But our expectations ain't your expectations.
Let me stop right here. We've got breaking news right now. Let's go into the chat room and get this breaking news right now. This is definitely helpful news coming in from Brother Paul. He says that K-State is losing to Arizona State 21-0 right now. Give us more details. What quarter is it? Is it the 3rd quarter? Is it the 4th quarter? 21-0. That actually helps us. Let's go into the big board right here and put this up for the moment. We're going to get back to Prime. Right now, K-State, we lost to K-State. Do you realize that if we hadn't lost to K-State, we would be in a point where we haven't lost. We've only lost 1 conference game in the Big 12. The only reason why we got 2 losses to be 8-2 overall is because we lost one of the games against what? Nebraska. But we won. Our only game that we lost in the Big 12 was against K-State, and that was a game that we could have clearly still won. K-State is 4-2 in conference. We're 6-1 in conference. K-State is 7-2 overall. We're 8-2, but we have a better conference record, so we're still doing fine. But yes, I want to see K-State lose that game that they're playing against right now, as was reported by one of our great channel supporters here, that they are down. We've got Richards coming in with the same report saying K-State is down 21-0. What quarter is it? Here comes Paul coming in with a real-time report as well. And Paul says this, 2 minutes left in the 2nd quarter, so they got to go into halftime. Maybe they're going to make some adjustments. We'll have to see. But right now, we want them to lose. We want everybody in our conference to lose. But most of all, when you look at this right here, let me put this up right here. We're going to get back to Coach Prime. We're going to listen to a little bit of Coach Prime, just a little bit more, and then we're going to pull out of that. But I want to put this on the big screen right here. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, everybody that's giving us some updates right here. Let's put this on the screen right here, right now. This is the college football playoff system. Right now, prior to CU winning this game against Utah, they were ranked 17th in this playoff system. After winning today, they are surely going to move up the board. We want them to get to the 12 spot because only 12 teams can play in that playoff system, right? It would be cool if they would have made it 25 teams. I think that would have been better. The top 25 teams against each other, right? But it is what it is. It's 12 teams. So we want CU to move on up. That's why we want K-State to lose. K-State is ranked 16th in this playoff system ranking, college football poll. So we want them to lose. They lose. That can only help CU with them winning today to move further up. We want these other teams to lose. We want Washington State to lose. We want Texas A&M to lose. We want Boise State to lose. We want SMU to lose. We want Clemson to lose. We want all these teams to lose. We want Miami to lose. We want them all to lose. We want BYU to lose a game because BYU is sitting at number 6 in this national championship seeding. Now, check this out. If we go to the Big 12 conference and play BYU and they maintain their seeding and we beat them, by all means, we make a compelling argument to be playing for the national championship in that 12-seeded playoff championship tournament that's going down this year. So that's why we want to see K-State lose.
Tell the truth.
Thank you for that additional information that you've just broken down to us. We got Jonathan, is this Jonathan Clark coming in, says Buffs will be in the playoff. Right, they will be. But at the same time, I still want those other teams to fall apart, right? We want every advantage that we can get. Thank you for coming in and supporting the show, too. Let me see. BYU needs to win. No, we need BYU to lose, not win. We want them to drop out of that seed. We don't want them to win. I mean, if we end up playing against them and they're still a high-ranked team and we beat them, that's going to help us. But I still want them to lose. Because if they lose, that helps brings us up in the rankings. All teams losing and us winning and K-State losing, that helps us to move higher up in the rankings. You must understand that. You must understand that.
Tell the truth.
Let me see. Maybe I'm wrong. Am I wrong, Ed? Ed Houston says thank you to all thank you everybody for subscribing. Let me see. Good brother, we play Kansas next, but BYU plays Kansas at 10:15 tonight. Wait a minute. BYU plays Kansas at 10. I want them. Let me ask you an honest question. Am I wrong to want BYU to lose this game? Or do you think it's better that they win like Richard had made mention of? I want them to lose. It could only help us. And they're a better team than Kansas, but I would like to see Kansas upset them and beat them in a game that they're supposed to win. If they beat them, they drop out of that number 6 seeding. They drop a few notches down. We want that. That helps us to move up. Let me see. Brian says better they win. Okay. Everybody says it's better for them to win. Paul says no, lose. Let's see what other people say. Miss Locks 2 says lose BYU. Yeah, we want them to lose. Every loss helps us. Exactly. I know I'm not crazy, y'all. Come on now.
Tell the truth.
Thank you, Jeffrey Bay. I know I'm not crazy. Let's see. Jonathan Clark says, it don't matter. Buffs don't need BYU to lose when they still will meet them in the Big 12 title game. I see what you're saying. If BYU is still highly ranked and we play them in the Big 12 championship and we beat them, then we would have beaten a highly ranked team, which would help our argument to get higher. I get both sides of the argument. I see. Okay. Very fair. We've got O in here. O says we want Buffalo to win and don't worry about nobody else. Good point.
Tell the truth.
Buckingham says, not me. And we got Miss Booker who comes in. She says they need to win. Thank you, Miss Booker. Thank you.
Tell the truth.
Tony Lawrence is coming in. I appreciate all of you for coming in. And make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell of notification. Hit all on the bell so that you never miss an uploaded video or when I go live. I really appreciate that. Or even when I drop a YouTube short. Tony Lawrence says, yes, it's better if they win, my brother. Okay. I'm listening. I'm being open-minded. Thank you.
Tell the truth.
Let's see. Thomas is coming in the house. And Thomas says this: I need BYU to win just in case we lose against them in the Big 12. Then we still can be ranked after the Big. Now you're making sense. Okay, brother. Okay. All right. Everybody is making football logic in there. I need to come out of my emotions right now. I just don't want nothing to mess us up. That's all. That's really what my concern is, everybody. I don't want nothing to mess us up. But let's see what Pretty Minnie, who's come in the house, beautiful sister here. She says, I believe that we're going to the national championship, but let's win out first. Right.
Tell the truth.
Right. We got Beverly, who's coming in the house. She's saying, she's putting up fingers. She's got the trophy symbol. And then we got Rob, who's come in the house, and Rob is saying this: we should want BYU to win out. Then if we beat them, we could get a higher seed in the. You're making football sense. Thank you. You're making football sense, brother. Thank you for waking me up. I mean, I got a little bit into myself there. I was like, no, we don't want them. But we got to take care of our business. No matter what BYU does or what Kansas State does, we got to take care of our destiny, right? We got to dominate. Amarion is going to be amazing next season. Yes, he is, along with Draylon Miller. I call them the Miller brothers. Make sure you check out that video that I did about them if you had not looked at that video on this channel. Thank you so much. Now, let me let y'all hear a little bit more of Coach Prime, and then I'll go back into my other studio. Okay, everybody, if you don't mind, let's just hear a little bit more of Coach Prime, what he's saying, if y'all don't mind. Check this out.
Our expectations, and we expect a lot out of ourselves. We practice with the type of intensity and passion and love and effort that you can't help but be successful in what we do. And when we don't do things properly, it shows. We're beating ourselves at times, and nobody beating us. We're beating ourselves, and we just got to focus on those little things and correct them so we could be flawless.
Everybody tell me if I'm right or wrong. What are the little things? They've got to, when they get a lead on a team, never take your feet off the neck. Don't let the teams creep back into the game. Stop making mental mistakes. Now, today, Jordan Seaton made a few mental mistakes, but I'm not coming down on the young man because he's only going to get better. Coach Prime says he's a freshman. He's going to get better. He's going to be a pro prospect sometime very soon. But Jordan Seaton, on a couple occasions, they caught him for holding. And I ain't mad at the young man because last year's offensive line, they didn't play like this where they were trying to keep Shedeur safe. But this young man is going to be great. He's the one, according to the reports, that encouraged the CU team to go after Cash, to get Cash into the flow. Cash Cleveland is the one who's playing center in place of Hank. And this is no shade to Hank, but I got to be honest, he is playing a lot better since they replaced Hank with Cash Cleveland. Got no shade against Hank. Hank is still a young player who's talented that can get back into the fold at some point in time. But this is no shade against him. But Cash Hank is playing good football. We have to be honest about that so far at center. And that was on recommendation by this man right here. You know him as Jordan Seaton, the #1 high school tackle who chose CU And remember, this is helping recruiting, what they're doing right now. This is going to boost our recruiting, everybody. Let's continue.
Go to come out here and be dominant offensively, defensively, as well as special teams. I think 2 phases we dominated today, special teams as well as defensive side of the ball. We did. We just got to get the offense. And it's hard to critique them. Like I say, I was on Shador's butt all day today, and I look up, he's 30 for 41. I think any coach in the country would accept that willingly.
Congratulations, Coach Prime, on a
Thank
great
you, my
victory
man.
today. Alex Mears, Mile High Sports Radio, the final word. Can you talk about the different preparation it takes when you have a 10 o'clock game in the morning and you have an 8 o'clock game at night? What you go through to get your team prepared?
It's truly different. It really is. And
Coach Prime likes his team to play in the morning because of the fact that they practice in the morning, so they're more acclimated to the morning hours. Let's hear him.
thankful that you asked that question, because we're happy and elated when we get an opportunity to play in the morning. Why? Because we practice in the morning. It's a regular schedule for us. Our kids are over here at 6 something in the morning, getting their bodies warmed up, getting treatment. We have meetings at 7 a.m. and we're on the field practicing sometimes at 8:30, 9 o'clock. We're probably off the field at 10:30, 10:45. So this is really the time that we love. I mean, it seems a little early for some of y'all, but I took my walk on campus early, and I think the alcohol consumption was just as enormous as later in the day. So
Tell the truth.
I ran by some people like, how in the world you start that early? You got to pace yourself, dog. But we love early games because it's traditional for us, because that's what we do every day.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
How you doing, sir?
Congratulations
One more.
again.
Thank you.
Hey, so would you say Colorado is two-way player you for the guys that are the young recruits that are coming out of college? I mean, coming out of high school.
Well, a lot of coaches lie, and they tell them, I'm going to give you an opportunity to play on both sides of the ball, and we never see it. The reason, first of all, I don't lie. Second of all, I did it. So I know it's doable. I know it can be allowed if a young man has that type of talent. I mean, high school and college now, some of these guys, you were like that in high school, but you ain't like that in college. You really need to focus on one thing. But we're fortunate to have 3 guys. I mean, Tyler hadn't played defensive yet, but he practices defense every day. Tyler Brown.
All right. Coach Prime telling you what he does with his team, how he gives guys who he recruits an opportunity to be, two-way players. He says there's other coaches in the country who say that, but they don't necessarily do that with the players. And I think the guy asked Coach Prime a very good question. Is CU becoming a two-way U type of environment? I think they are, because they've got guys that are versatile. If you notice, a lot of the guys that they've recruited can play cornerback, some safety, can play some both ways. Hopefully, we're going to see more of these hybrid kind of players that can do a little bit of everything. And I know Coach Prime loves these type of players. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a great show today. I really appreciate you all coming out and being a part of this program today. Let me go back into the chat room and see what you all are talking about before we come to a conclusion in today's game. So let me put this up here. Alicia says, okay, yeah, I seen you a long time ago when I joined the live. You good. Okay, yeah, Pretty Minnie is doing, she's doing well. She's doing well. She's a good part of the program. Tony says San Jose is beating Boise State 14 is great. This is great information because, once again, let's go in here. Let you see the goodies that I have here. Let's see, and here we go. So Boise State is ranked 13. We want Boise State to lose because that helps where we will be in the rankings, okay? So that's going to help us. And even if BYU loses, they'll drop in the rankings, but they're not going to drop out of the rankings. So whenever we play BYU in the Big 12 championship, and if we beat them, it's still going to help us either way. Still going to help us, whether they lose today or not. But Boise State is losing so far, so let them lose. Let Kansas State lose. Let them lose, let them lose, let them lose. Let them lose. This was a great game today, y'all. 24-49 beating Utah. Just incredible where the team is at right now. Let's go back into the chat room and see what people are saying right now. Okay, we got Rob who says, yes, the only team we want to win is BYU. Okay. I get the strategy. I get the logic of what everybody's saying right now that I've had a chance to take a step back and to calm down a little bit. Okay, let's see. Beast is saying that K-State's losing at halftime, 0 points. Okay, good. Let them lose. We've got Pretty Minnie that's in the house. She says, thanks, sister. Yeah, to the ladies, I appreciate the ladies doing a great job of modding tonight. I appreciate y'all. Clap to the ladies. All right. Richard says, Blue Devil Glean, it depends on higher ranked teams. All right, so Richards, you had said you wanted BYU to win, and I kind of gawked at that, so I give you my apology. As I calm down and I bring it all down, what you're saying does make some sense when we do the mathematical equation of it all, okay? So I appreciate that. I just wanted to let you know that. On higher ranked teams left, like Boise, can get a 4 seed if they win out. If we win out, we get 5 seed because of ranking. Man, you're making sense. You're making sense. And because you're making sense, boy, you're making a lot of sense right now. You making a lot of sense. You're making a lot of sense, my brother. I'm not going to lie about it. Making a lot of sense. We got Ed. Let me put Ed on the board. I haven't put him on the board yet. Ed in Houston says, yeah. He said, why you all say a prayer for 11 tonight? He got abused today. Oh, you're talking about this guy right here. You talking about Isaac Wilson. Yeah, he did get abused today, but we were all over him. The defense was all over him. And I got to say to Kyle Whittingham, if I'm saying that name correct, sir, you are a legend as a coach in the Pac-12. You're not doing too well this year in the Big 12. But you know what? You had to lose. We need you to lose, and it is what it is.
Tell the truth.
It is what it is. Appreciate you hosting us. But no, I appreciate you not hosting us, but I appreciate you coming to Folsom Field and getting that ass whipping, okay? It had to be that. It had to be the truth.
Tell the truth.
That's Coach Prime up there with me right now. So let's go back in here and let's look at some more statements. Let's see. Pretty Minnie says, no disrespect to Coach Prime, but the team did not play well this morning. They played better in that. Right. They didn't. You know what, Pretty Minnie, you are absolutely right. This was not a great offensive game overall for them. At the end of the day, they did not play that well in the morning, but then as the afternoon or as the second half turned around, they turned things around. It was pretty much the defense that kept everything afloat. I'm going to tell you right now, if the defense had not have played the way they played today, there's a chance that Utah could have creeped into this game and took the lead. It was the defense that neutralized them at the end of the day, and we got to give them much kudos. Good point that you're making, sister. Good point. Good point. I'm not going to deny you. Let's see what Rob is saying. He says, CU has yet to put together their best game because they are still growing. Yeah, they're still getting better, growing. But you know what? I would love to see you put together their best game in the Big 12 championship. Oh yeah, that would be great. And then do it again in those seeded championship series for the national championship. Okay, so maybe that's what we're gonna see. Peggy Rosser said, yeah, defense was what led the team. Right, Peggy. It was defense. Alicia, how are you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. Peace to the ladies in the chat room. Love to have the ladies here, as well as the brothers as well. Everybody that's here watching, I appreciate you tonight. I know there's a lot of great streams that are happening tonight, and everybody wants to go and support those streams. I'm not going to keep you too much longer, but I do want to say this. I do want to bring this up. I got to finish something that I started. let's finish something right here. So right here, I want to go into Levante Bennett, who, let's be honest, Levante Bennett had a great game tonight. Okay? Or not Bennett, Levante Bentley, should I say. In my correction, Levante Bentley had 5 tackles and 3 solo tackles. Levante Bentley had 5 tackles, not 3 solo, but 4 solo tackles. 5 tackles for Bentley tonight and 4 solo. So Levante Bentley had a great game tonight. Brother Bentley stood up, played strong, was all over the place tonight. Let's give him a clap. Nakai Green, I must speak about Nakai Green again. Nakai Green, Heel Green had 5 tackles, 3 solo tackles tonight. BJ Green, let's not sleep on BJ Green. BJ Green tonight had 5 tackles, 3 solo tackles. He's tied for what? He's got 0.5 sacks. So he got a half a sack or 2 tonight. So he was all over the place. McCoy, number 40, he came in with 40 tackles. 4 tackles, not 40, 4 tackles and 4 solo tackles, okay? Now, this man right here, who I definitely like, McNillan, number 88. McNillan came in with 3 tackles, 3 solo tackles, and he got a sack, everybody. Came in and got himself a sack tonight, okay? Another player on the team, Mr. Thomas, by the name of Thomas, number 95 Thomas, he came in, Thomas, and Thomas got 3 tackles, 3 solo tackles, and he actually got a sack tonight. That's number 95 by the name of Thomas on this team, got a sack tonight, came in with 3 solo tackles and 3 tackles overall, played a hell of a game, okay? Travis Hunter, on defense specifically, had 3 tackles, 3 solo tackles, and 1 interception. Remember? And remember, as a reminder, he got that interception because Colton Hood, number 3, came in his defense, knocked the ball away from the receiver. The ball went floating in the air, and Travis Hunter grabbed the ball, and the rest is history, y'all.
Tell the truth.
Okay? Let's go over to LeJontay Wester's brother, number 25. He came in and got 3 tackles. Let me get this right. He got 3 tackles and 3 solo tackles for LeJontay Wester's brother. This man right here, who is a young player and continues to get better and better, and I talked a little bit about him early on. This young man right here, Walker, number 53, got 3 tackles, 2 solos, and this guy has another half of. He's got like what they call 0.5 sack, which is like a half or 2 half sacks. So that's when you got 2 guys who meet the quarterback, so they both get a little piece of the sacks, right? So he's still playing great football. He played great football today, playing very well. I also talked about DJ McKinley. I want to mention him one more time again because he's doing the damn thing. DJ McKinley had 3 tackles, 1 solo, and did what he had to do today within the opportunities that he had. Shadozi, he didn't put up big giant numbers, but Shadozi came in and got 2 tackles, 2 solos, and the rest is history. Those are some of the stats on some of the guys. It was a beautiful game. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's pull this up right now. We got BYU in second. Colorado's in second. No, BYU is first. Colorado's in second in the Big 12 Conference. They're 6-1, 8-2 overall. BYU is 9-0 overall and 6-0 in conference. So do you guys understand what's going on here? Colorado actually has a better record in conference than BYU. No. Let me correct myself. BYU has a better record only because they haven't lost a game. So whether BYU wins or lose tonight, it still will, CU will still have everything in their destiny to beat this team in the Big 12 conference. We are going to see Colorado in the Big 12 conference. And to the haters out there and everybody that's been hating and didn't say this could happen, we got the last laugh. So CU 6-1, to correct what I said, CU 6-1 in conference, BYU 6-0 in conference, CU 8-2 overall, BYU 9-0 overall. That's what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you all watching tonight. This is Prime Sports Media, and we're doing the best we can over here to give you great analysis, great post-game coverage and analysis. Once again, we were all over their running back. We held their running game to 37 yards rushing. They couldn't do anything against us. Their top man, you see right here, Micah, was not dominant. Their receiver, Singular, he had one touchdown, but really didn't dominate the game. Once again, anybody that says that Coach Prime and his coaching staff cannot coach, you are a dummy.
Tell the truth.
Anybody that thinks that Travis Hunter is not the nation's top-notch Heisman Trophy candidate, you're out of your mind. When you look at his overall numbers, nobody is playing on both sides of the ball like Travis Hunter. So I don't want to hear anybody talking nonsense about he ain't the Heisman candidate. Yes, he is. Let's just stop it right now. Okay? Let's stop it right now. Let's not be foolish. Let's not be silly. Let me put up another stat for you right here. This is a stat line right here. The game's leaders. Once again, Shador went 30 for 41, 340 yards for 3 TDs, 1 interception. Their quarterback, Isaac Wilson, threw 2 TDs, but he threw 2 interceptions for 236 yards. Once again, the only running back that put up some kind of, well, he didn't put any numbers. Mitchell was the guy that put up 28 yards for 7 carries, but they didn't do shit. We held them pretty strong. The guy who actually got off late in the game was their tight end for 4 receptions for 78 yards. But our guy, Draylon Miller, who can do it all, can play inside, outside, can play receiver, can play, hell, he can play some tight end, he can play some running back. He got 6 receptions for 108 yards, 1 TD, okay? Isaiah Augustive had 7 carries for 59 yards rushing and 1 TD. I'm arguing and arguing this again. They've got to give the running backs more carries. Please do so, everybody. This has been great. It's been great. I love it. Let's go back into the chat room and see what else you have to say before I end the broadcast. And let me see what everybody is saying right here. Later, everybody, and be safe. Yeah, be safe, Richardson. I'm glad you came over, brother. Thank you for coming over. Ed, let me see. I'm about to end it because I know you guys have other broadcasts and content creators that you want to go check out what they're talking about too. Travis Big Game Hunter. Yeah, Big Game Hunter. Travis Big Game Hunter is a good name to call him. Jonathan Clark says, so I hope they vote the Buffs to the 4th seed over the ACC. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. You're all welcome. Thank you. Can you dig it? Yeah, can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Yeah, McNeilin. Yeah. Let me put this back here. McNeil. Yeah. McNeil had a good game. He did what he had to do. I appreciate that. Let me see. Teamwork. Yeah, it's about teamwork, Mrs. Buckingham. It's teamwork makes the dream work. Teamwork makes the dream work. Yeah. I cannot sing. Good night and thank you. Hey, good night and thank you. Let me go. We got another person who came in here. Be safe to all. Yeah, everybody be safe. Peggy, be safe. Thank you for watching tonight. Great game. Utah was beat down the rabbit hole. Right. And like I said in my pregame video, CU be the face of the Big 12. Yeah, they're going to be the face of the Big 12, brother. As I said in my previous pregame video, I wanted us to put this team to sleep, give them milk and cookies, and put them to sleep and say goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. With that said, everybody, it's time to get out of here. Peace, love, and respect to all of you. Thank you for joining me on this broadcast tonight. Wherever you are in the world, make sure you share this video on all social media. If you're a member of Colorado fan group pages, whatever pages you're a part of, drop this video in those pages. Tell people about the channel. Peace and respect to all the other content creators out there. Everybody, thank you for supporting my channel tonight. And also enjoy all the channels that are live tonight that are talking about this big win tonight. Next week, let me put this up here before I leave tonight. This is the schedule. They play at Kansas next week. They cannot be asleep. They cannot take this team for granted, even if they don't have a great record. Go in there and put them to sleep and give them milk and cookies in their own home stadium as well. When they take care of Kansas, they got Oklahoma State at home, and they should thrash that team. With that said, everybody, I want to thank you. Have a great night. Peace. Peace. That's right.
Tell the truth.
Y'all have a great night. Thank you.
truth.
Prime Sports Media, baby. Prime Sports Media. Prime Sports Media. Prime Sports Media. Prime Sports Media, baby. Prime Sports Media, baby. Prime Sports Media.